Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton.
He played Easy.
And he was playing in a movie, right? Like that's
Desperado.
Yeah,
He's supposed to be.
Desperado.
He's supposed to be in that movie.
They took him out.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So
I mean,
I was actually gonna get to Memories Women, but since we here, y'all think he gonna be canceled?
niggas. I mean, apparently he losing money off of it.
Oh yeah.
Like people gotta be smarter now. Like this is people.
Why do people
losing
get themselves caught up in these situations?
because they thinking, oh, I'm a movie star and I'm just gonna start talking. I'm gonna try and talk to you. You know, you've been around people before that just like they don't know how to act when it comes to women. They just say, yeah, it was good, blah blah blah. Maybe grab the.
I'd be like, yo, people like that gotta relax. Like, wait, what you gonna say?
I don't know.
Nah, I'm just saying, and they do inappropriate stuff. They don't know how to chill, like relax. And he probably did that. He probably did it for a little, you know.
But like, why? Like, why fuck up your whole life for that?
I don't know. He just you're not thinking. You're not thinking.
Damn.
Like
Or
you
some
know
guys
what's
are just creeps.
You know what's going on out there in Hollywood, and on top of that, so
Yeah.
it's like it came to the point where one of his coworkers had made complaints prior to him being fired, and it's like it came to the point where she had to quit because she just wouldn't work with him anymore. The woman that plays his wife in The Shy.
I wonder how much it has to do with like him as a person. Like you think if they liked him, I'm not saying they don't, I'm just saying hypothetically. Like is that the only reason? Like he's just a creep, or
I think it's because he's not there yet. So it's like why waste money on somebody who's not.
Like if Michael B. Jordan was doing all that.
But you can't. That's like comparing apples to oranges. Like,
How?
He's
It's
not
both
at,
black men.
He's not at his level though. He's not at Michael B. Jordan's level. You know, people get away when they're at that stature. They can get away with some things that they're not.
Yo, Michael B. Jordan don't be having a lot of lines though in his movies. If you think about it.
A lot of lines.
Really?
You know
I
what
never
I'm
really
saying?
thought about
If you
that.
really think about it, he'll be really saying a lot. It just be a look and then a couple lines.
That's a what?
Like Ghost.
Did he ever start? No, Creed. He had a couple lines.
Yeah, but it's not like it's
not like
he
he
was
got
the
like
star of the movie.
Yeah, it was the start of the movie. But I get you because it was more like they was boxing more than they was talking.
There's a lot of fighting.
It was more like
you know
one,
what I'm saying?
two
trying to
sentences,
say-
then cut scenes.
I'm not saying he's a
fucking-
bad actor, but he could, like, he's one of those actors that really don't gotta say much. You just make a face.
That's what the last Creed.
Yeah.
I didn't see the last Creed.
That's the face he made.
Yeah,
I think it was like, you look like Rocky.
He's a decent actor in my opinion. He's not. I feel like the roles that he's played are more impactful than him actually as an actor. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes
Like Fruitvale Station was a great movie.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
written.
Forgot
It
about
was
that.
written and directed beautifully, and he played it. And I liked the movie as a whole because you know of what it meant. I almost cried in that movie. Did I cry?
I cried in that movie.
I might have shed a tear.
I did.
But watching that, I was like, it was very powerful. He played that very well.
Oh, yeah.
But when I think of Michael B. Jordan, I don't think of him as the greatest actor. He just has like he just has good roles.
Yeah,
he has
he's
really
good.
good roles.
You know what's gonna be crazy? Like, you know, Denzel Washington, they're aging and stuff like they're about to retire
They
soon
age,
eventually.
yeah.
Yeah, they age, exactly. So who's
gonna take that
our
mantle?
Denzel Washington? Who's our
Do
age?
we have a Denzel Washington? I don't think he's
it
come
would be
yet.
it would be Chadwick. It would be
Nah.
not Idris.
Nah.
He's not even. He's like not our generation. I'm
You
talking
can't-
about people like that's in our generation.
You can't put Idris with Denzel.
Yeah, word. Who's like the new Denzel?
Wait,
Well,
why
could've
can't you?
been-
Wait, hold on. Why can't you?
No, on Denzel's level,
I mean, you can't put
He's a
him
good
there,
actor.
but he's a
he's
good
a
actor.
good actor, but he's not
Isn't he
Denzel.
playing James Bond in one of the movies?
I'm not sure.
Nah, he's
That's
playing
a
on that
movie.
new Fast and Furious.
I thought
Cobbs
he
and
was playing
Shaw.
James Bond.
Cobbs and Shaw.
What do I feel about Chadwick?
He's not there yet.
I think Chadwick is
Maybe-
40 though.
He's 40.
He's
Yeah.
40.
But
Chadwick
But that's
is
our,
40.
that's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
you're
our
walking
generation. That's
with
kind of
the
our generation, though.
I'm just saying
He's that's still kind of our
No,
generation.
that's not our generation.
that.
Sorta.
I mean,
Our generation is
Because
Michael
of the
B.
way,
Jordan
because of the way
generation.
he came in with the roles that he played, you could say that he's.
I didn't see all his movies either.
They had him play how many black
James Brown, Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall.
He's about to play a black samurai.
Black Samurai.
Yeah, the first
They're
Black
like,
Samurai.
just get Chad.
Nah, he's a
just
good
get
actor.
Chad. Just get Chad. Get Chad on the phone right now. Chad, can you play this black guy? Okay, cool.
Hello, what's the role? Black, I'll do it.
Shoot.
Well, that's crazy. I never even thought of that. His
Yeah.
whole resume is just black.
James Brown movie was good.
I
But
didn't
he's
see
not
that
our
either.
generation because he's done so many of those films in the past.
Nah,
It's like-
we was teenagers when that came out.
That's what
we
I'm saying,
talking about
he's-
adulthood, like I feel like Michael B. Jordan is
Our generation.
I think
He is our generation.
But he's been out before our generation. If you
But he's still our generation.
Still like,
he's still young.
He's
like
still
he's
young.
what is he?
That's
30
what I'm
something?
saying. With Chadwick Boseman, we're still young when he played a lot of his roles.
Yeah.
All right, so we can say Chadwick Boseman is a part of our
He's
generation.
not like 50 and up. They're not a generation.
But I don't
think
think
50 and up is like my mother's generation. I honestly think 45 and up might be my
Yeah, my mom did like that.
I don't think.
Mama love. Mama
I don't think
class.
he's seen a Denzel yet. I don't think he's come yet.
But yeah. They're saying get it right. But yeah.
I don't think we've seen a Denzel. and if you think about it, like those are like once in a generational type.
Just like LeBron.
Right.
LeBron James.
What do you mean?
LeBron
He's a
James.
once in a generational basketball player.
Athlete?
Some people don't even
athlete,
think.
Sorry.
Some people don't even think Denzel is that great of an actor.
I don't know who would think that.
The main thing.
You know what someone told me? They told me that Denzel's not that great of an actor because he can't play other people well. Like Denzel is Denzel in every movie he plays.
Yeah.
Not true.
I think that's kind of true. I think that has truth to it.
Yeah, he does. Because we like
how
how
he played Frank Lucas.
that shit was good.
I have to watch that. I have
You
not
never
seen
seen
it. I've never seen that.
Nah, that was a good
Oh
movie.
no, Frank Lucas. No, I seen American Gangster. I thought you was talking about the other movie where he played when he got locked up. He got
Are you
locked
talking
up.
about John Q?
No, he got locked. It's an older movie. He got locked up in. It's a true story. He got locked up in jail for a murder or like some crime he didn't commit, and it was just showing his story.
When they were doing it was like a big case or something.
Right,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. And then he was
I
in
forgot
jail,
that was a good movie.
and he never
Yeah,
gave up.
It's something about Philadelphia, some shit like that.
I think so.
It was some. It's called. I think it was. Is it called Philadelphia?
He never gave up his humanity. Like he always kept his composure.
No, that's a different movie.
all throughout jail. It's a true story. I should look it
No,
up.
it is a good movie.
It is
I forgot
it's
the
a-
name of that shit.
It's a good story
man.
in general.
I was thinking about that a couple months ago. Not about the movie, but just about acting in general. Like once you like the way somebody could take on a role, they take it in their own way, but it's still them.
It's still like Will
So
Smith.
exactly,
Yeah.
Will Smith is Will Smith in all his movies, but it's like okay, he's playing a different character, but it's still Will Smith.
Although that movie with the concussion, I feel like that was great. I feel like the way he played that, it kind of shied away.
Ali, yeah, that was an Ali. He lost his
Ali
yeah,
too. Yeah.
Ali, that was
I do want to see this movie he got coming out.
Aladdin?
Gemini. Gemini Man.
I'm like yeah about it. I'm gonna see
Yeah,
it.
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I think it's cool because it's like a younger him, and it's like he's an assassin, and they had to copy him to.
Bruce Willis had a movie just like that.
I'm not asking about Bruce Willis.
I'm just saying it's been done.
But I'm asking about Will Smith though. We're talking about Will Smith.
A black man.
Why you always gotta bring up a white man compared to?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Every time.
Don't do that. I did
Every
not do that
time.
every time.
Every time
Don't
we
do
say
that.
Kevin Durant, you say Dirk Nowitzki.
That's a lie.
Nah, Dirk is nice though.
Who's
Dirk
that?
is nice.
Wait, he's not better than Kevin Durant.
He's not better than Kevin Durant.
I never said that.
Skibidi-doo.
There's no.
We
white
know it
player
skips
better
right
than
over your
Kevin
head.
Durant.
Huh?
I said there's no white player better than Kevin Durant. There's not a lot of players better than Kevin Durant.
Period.
Except for LeBron.
I agree.
LeBron
James.
We're not even doing this.
Yeah, we're not a sports podcast.
We're not doing this. We're not as Gus would say, we're not a sports podcast.
Another sports cast.
But
This
yeah.
is your man's in them live vibe
Anyway.
as we live vibe.
So,
Alright, y'all want to do that last topic or we want to do main topic?
I think
What's the
we'll
last
switch over to
topic?
the
We
main
doing the
topic.
abortion ban?
Alright, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Introduce it.
But basically, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I believe that Alabama and Atlanta,
Georgia.
sorry.
Was it the whole state?
Georgia.
The state of Georgia?
Georgia, state of Georgia, yes.
Okay.
You can't pass
You wanna
laws
take
like
the lead?
that unless you're in a state.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was Georgia or if it was another
It
state.
can't just be a city.
Oh,
I
my
know
bad.
that, but
Yeah, because why would you ask if it was Atlanta? Because Atlanta's a city.
I'm
Sorry,
just saying.
but you were wrong. It's okay. So
Shoot.
Missouri. Thank you, Shay.
fuck both of y'all.
Word.
Missouri.
Tight ass there, undershirt.
I'm
Get a
tired.
haircut first before you talk to me.
Cut your beard off.
Let him finish.
Get a line up. You don't even need a line up. You need a real line. That's what you need. A
You
line.
have no edges on your line.
I don't think. You know what? I had nothing else to say.
Go ahead.
All right. So 3 states, I think right now, currently 3 southern states, places where I never want to live. Alabama, Georgia, and Missouri have basically.
Georgia?
Actually, you know what? Maybe no. I was just wrong.
Maybe no.
Nah. So
Yeah.
they basically passed a near ban of abortion, basically saying Georgia was the more, I would say it's not even it's the wrong word, lenient. towards the other two.
Mhm.
Georgia's more like if you can see the fetus within 8 weeks, that means you can't basically get an abortion. If you go to a different state, you'll get arrested. Or basically, I heard like something about miscarriages, and if you have a miscarriage, like a miscarriage, you can go to jail as well. But in states like Alabama, Missouri, it's basically like you can't get an abortion at all. Like there's no
or the
doctor will go to jail. But that's in all 3 of those states with that too. Doctor can serve like 99 years.
So you said
99 years?
I hate when they come with prison terms like that.
Just
give this nigga life. Well, you can't give them life.
Just give me 100 at least.
Life without parole. Just say that. Like, don't just say fucking
99
years. Like, I'm gonna look forward to after the 100 years.
I ain't gonna lie. There was one show I watched and the judge gave the dude 235 years.
Hey, Queen Lee!
235
I was about to say
235 years? What the fuck am I gonna do?
It was some gang affiliated shit and there was 3 members.
What's the point of giving someone 2 life sentences? I don't understand.
That's more than 2 life sentences. Is that
2 consecutive life sentences?
But just give them 1.
If you survive this next life, when you reincarnate, you go right back in jail.
See your ass back in the penitentiary.
It's because of the way they do it. The way they tally up the years. It just...
We're gonna give them 235.
Yo, y'all ever seen the videos of people falling out when they get their sentencing?
Oh yeah.
You see that one video?
Yeah, when a guy was like,
I be feeling bad. I'm not gonna lie.
It's sad.
It is sad.
I hate when it happens to people with potential though.
Yeah.
Like if your life ain't shit, then like you was already on a shitty path, then it's like I get it. You was destined to be there.
Right.
But like with people who have potential to actually be something and they just make a mistake or
and it could be one mistake
and take away everything.
Not to cut you off, but you seen that the video that Jim Jones put out when he was talking to his son?
No.
So he recorded basically his son just turned 16.
Yeah.
And he recorded a video of him giving him like a pep talk. And what he was saying a lot of good stuff. He was saying like, you're 16 now, and the choices you make now hold more ramifications than when you were younger. So he was like, you better get your shit together. I guess they had like some shit they were talking about before.
Yeah.
And he just gave him a speech about how like, you basically a man now. Like you just got to be careful of the decisions you make. And that's true. Like not a lot of kids hear that.
Yeah,
and I feel like a lot of the times when I see celebrities post something about, like when they post something in general, I question as to why they even posted it. Like why would you record this conversation? But I appreciate the fact that he recorded that and he put that out there. Because not a lot of kids hear that.
Yeah, you see that post? You seen that post that said, if you're a street nigga and your son becomes a street nigga.
Oh, I actually saw that the other day. Yeah. What y'all think about that?
I agree.
Wait, say it again.
If you're a street dude and your son grows up to become a street dude, you failed as a father.
I agree.
Yeah, because your son supposed to be better than you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But why does that happen? Like, why does the children like I would say a good majority of the time always following their parents' footsteps when it comes to that like type of lifestyle?
The way I've seen it is sometimes that's the impression that's left because either sometimes the father may go to jail or he may die in the street shit. So then it's like once the father dies and then or goes to jail, it's like I gotta step up, be in the place, man of the house type stuff.
But I think in general, like you kind of follow your parents' footsteps. I think it just happens. You kind of.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say.
You gotta stop doing that.
What, my opinion?
I made a point. You didn't even react on what I said, and then you just go, "Well, I think no."
But react to your...
No, just view what I said first.
So nigga want you to press a love on his...
Yeah, give me a like. Give me a tap.
What if you don't agree with what you said?
Then say that. I'd rather say that and just move on.
No, I'm not moving on. We still in the same topic.
Yeah. You don't respect.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Finally, yes.
Oh, man, you forget. We'll come back to you.
Oh.
Okay, right.
Oh. I was saying, well, I agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to add to that by saying that I feel like it's like, okay, like, for instance, me. I graduated from the same college that my father did.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Really? You graduated from college?
Anywho.
You can read.
And I got certain similarities. I have certain similarities to my father, just in general. And it's just subconsciously. Like, I think you pick up, even just habits, you pick up over the people you live with. Mm-hmm. So if your father is a street dude, that's who you look up to. That's who you want to, like, even if your father's saying, hey, don't do the street shit, like, you still gonna do what he does because it's like, okay, since you do it, I'm gonna do it.
Right, you learn from the actions.
I also think it's because of the fact that no matter what, that child's still surrounded by that shit. Even if they bring the child into like a nice area, you still bringing your work home. Yeah. It's not like you not bringing it home because at the end of the day, the people that you're still surrounded with are still around you no matter
it's
what.
Your environment.
Example.
Look at Power.
I was just
I knew it. Now look at Power. I don't watch the show, but I know what happens.
You know, with Tyreek, you know,
with Ghost. That's
you're
Ghost.
reading the damn scripts.
Ghost wanted the best lives for his family, right? He sold drugs. He tried to go legit. He bought a club. He got back into the drug game, however that happened, and whatever.
So basically, what
all
happened?
the shit that happened in his environment. Don't tell me because I don't want to know. I want to watch the show on my own.
I'm sorry.
But I know that all the shit that happened in the house, the environment that Tyreek grew up in.
I can say it without revealing. All right. So basically, the main character's friend kind of put the young schooler, the son on schooler, to put the kid on to what his father was like in the hood. And that kind of intrigued him to the point where he tried to do the same thing. And plus, the son and the father was beefing, so
right.
Kids do things out of spite as well.
But I think when you have kids, I know it's easier said than done, and I know a lot of people come from. I have family who is still going through it, but you should try your best to do what you can to not to try and lead a lifestyle that your kids can look up to. And I understand it's not easy for everyone to do that because people are put in different situations. But you should try your best. Like if you have children, you should want the best for your kids, and you should want them. If you're doing something and you telling your kids, don't do this, but they see you doing it, it's not gonna make sense to the kid.
They're gonna end up just following.
Exactly.
I think
they're not gonna take you seriously.
I think parents need to be. Oh, go ahead. You want to say?
No.
I think if you in that lifestyle, you need to show that you care about that child's. Huh?
Not you.
I think you care about that child's education. You more hands on, so that they take their child's mind is off of what you're really doing and see how hands on you are on other stuff, so that kids more focused on other things that they want to do.
Right. Lead by
instead of just saying, "Oh, I bring the money home," blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you're not really getting rid of that shit.
But how do you explain? If we just talk about this for a second, sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like.
Wait your turn, Mr. Nolan.
Sometimes I feel it's like the restriction in itself. Oh, don't do this, don't do that, and curiosity is just gonna lead you out there. Sometimes curiosity is that factor because you just want to know because you keep telling me not to do it. Because in some cases, like you tell me not to do it without explaining. You just tell me no because you're the adult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shay just explained why church girls are the freakiest.
This was a we need John here for this type of conversation for that topic. Yeah. Have you
know
ever,
that for a fact?
Have you ever messed with a church?
I have. I mean, my girlfriend now is a church girl, but I'm just saying I'm not saying like that, but I'm just saying I'm saying I've messed with church girls in the past.
So those are your types, church girls.
It's not my type, but
that's what you pray on.
I do.
I gotta come out. I gotta go to First Baptist Church.
Is that what you pray on and pray for?
A woman of faith is a must for me.
So are you a man of practicing faith?
I practice.
Be honest.
I practice, of course. Okay. God is a part of my life. Regardless, I believe in Jesus Christ as my personal savior.
Okay, so
your personal savior? Greedy ass. Share Jesus, nigga.
No, but seriously, it's important to me.
You just pressed her just that.
when I was younger, it wasn't like when I was younger. I did date an atheist, and
how did that go for you?
It was just weird whenever it came to the conversation.
Shit, you were trying to pray for your food, and she was just looking at you like,
nigga, no, eat it. Don't pray over that. Eat that.
It was weird when you came to a conversation of God, because it would just be conflicting. Like,
I'm sorry, we should hit him with one back collectively.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a girl.
We should hit her with one.
That's
simply because back in the chat.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. You're ain't never really that long.
And Queen Lean is in the chat too.
Lean Queen.
Nah, but it just got weird.
Oh, Simply Mika.
Mika.
It just.
How was church?
That is annoying. Y'all dead annoying.
You already know, do we?
Y'all dead annoying.
Why you saying we're annoying?
Because y'all annoying.
Nah, but what was y'all doing earlier when my sister told you I was part of Harry Potter?
Nigga, because that was funny.
Okay, that's not funny?
You had the scar on your head?
Nah, they couldn't do that.
Shit.
They didn't put
You
the
really
scar?
looking for the scar on my head?
How you Harry Potter without the scar on your head?
You don't need the scar on the head.
You need the scar if
I
you're
mean,
Harry
okay,
Potter.
yeah, you need the scar.
You
but-
weren't Harry Potter.
Nah, maybe they did have the scar.
You just
I
had a
don't remember.
wand. You was just an extra.
You know, he went to an all white school basically. He was like, the last thing we need is a scar nigger, you know?
Shit, we're not gonna put that mark on him.
Oh no. No
Child
lawsuit for
services
you,
is
Kyrie.
this.
Mr. Class.
You can't be Harry Potter without the scar. The scar.
Maybe there was.
You were not Harry Potter.
I guess
Who
I
were
was.
you? You was some person in
Nigga,
Hufflepuff.
his wand was a ruler.
This nigga was Ron.
Yo, speaking of Ron, I heard he's not doing well either.
What?
Financially.
Well,
The actor?
Yeah.
He ain't getting more roles.
how you blow that Harry Potter money?
I don't know, but
Shit, money.
I mean,
here
I
every
know,
come
I
and
know.
Goes, man.
Well, should it be retroactive or something like that? Like, not retroactive, but like,
this nigga thought he was getting.
I mean, if you living above your means,
like, what do you call it?
You mean with
Where you get a
royalties?
consistent royalties. There we go.
if you
I
living
think
above
they-
your means, royalties are nothing.
Residuals.
Yeah.
There we go.
Royalties, residuals
I think
are
it-
nothing.
Yeah, I think it's like a certain amount.
But I'm saying Harry Potter, the dude that played Harry Potter, he could never go broke.
he shouldn't go broke. But
Love
apparently-
Lavender 92
What about the people
said
who
it's
would-
not Harry Potter without the glasses and the scar.
Facts. Did you have glasses?
This nigga had contacts.
Go ahead, Kyrie, just do it.
I'm not doing nothing.
Boo.
Oh, yeah, that was. I ate that.
My boo.
That was
Brother, this guy stinks!
Yes, everybody in chat was the Black Harry Potter.
He wasn't Harry Potter
In
because he
third
didn't have a
grade.
scar.
Harry nigga.
Harry nigga.
This is black magic.
But what about those people who have like who win the lottery, get $100 million, and
Bro, I
then
be
they go
getting
broke?
so mad when I see that. But then, like, I try to understand why.
It's not their fault.
Because
What do you mean it's not their fault?
For the
Oh,
whole
my
spell.
sister's back.
Hey!
It's not their fault. You gotta think, if you don't know money, if you don't know what to do with money, if you don't know how to invest money,
Yeah,
and you
you gonna
just
spend it.
put, you know what I saw? I saw a post that said that broke is a mind state.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
It's a mind state.
It's a mind state.
It's a mindset.
Poor is a mindset.
Mind state.
Mind state, mindset. What's the fuck?
State of mind.
State of mind.
Mind
State of
state.
ease?
Because I'm trying to figure out if that's a word.
It's
Mind
not.
state.
It is.
They're two words.
Yeah.
Mind
Damn,
and
grammar,
state.
please.
I put them
State of
together.
mind.
You're under arrest. Put the fucking words down.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Damn, you should have just got him back from earlier.
Nice
Yeah,
wig-
it is a state of mind.
wig
It's-
lifted week.
I agree with you,
What
bro.
was
Being
that?
broke is a state of mind. If you don't think you broke, you're not gonna act like you broke.
That's a fact. Or if you know what to do with your money. Give me
Yeah.
$100 million right now. I'd
Shit.
never go broke.
It's habits. It's
so
habits.
you say
you
that-
have
what would you
good
do with-
financial habits.
What would you do with that money?
I'd put
Y'all
some
would
away.
invest that shit.
I'd put some away.
We asked this question before.
And I'd invest.
We wasn't on YouTube.
I'd invest it. $100 million? Yo, how do you...
I
don't
just
know.
asked that question.
I'm just saying.
And
I don't
you-
know how I would be, like... What to do with... What
Alright.
to do with myself.
Drew pants look way too right.
Tight.
Oh, made a mistake. Tight.
He was the Grinch when he was younger.
Mr.
Drew.
But yeah, nah. But here's the thing. Like, what about family? You know, family come out of the woodworks like roaches. Hey, what about
What?
What about me? What about?
Well, listen, you
What
get
about
$100
me?
million first. You gotta take the taxes off, but it's still a
It
good
comes-
amount of money.
It
Then
comes out
after
to like
that,
65 million.
I'm gonna take care of
it's
my family.
all about your lifestyle.
It is.
I think that's what happens. That's why a lot of millionaires is still feel like they broke and they still chasing money, or they still trying to make more money because their lifestyle's too expensive.
Yo, you win $65 million. How much you giving me?
Nigga,
He giving you $1.
Y'all give you 100K.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man.
shit.
Give me something.
I teach you how to
I
make.
don't necessarily.
See, I give you something better. I'll teach you how to make that.
I guarantee you I'll flip that.
I don't necessarily.
I can use
Exactly.
that.
Look, I don't necessarily have to give you $1 million.
You can't teach
But if I
anybody
give
how
you-
to make something. You
But if
just
I
won
give
the
you,
lottery.
if I give you the money,
You gotta scratch these numbers again.
22, 35, 5.
Listen to your heart. All right, go, Drew. I mean, shit.
What was that?
posted outside, keep your pen.
You imagine?
Come on, guys, let me in.
What would y'all do if y'all was in that scene, yo?
In the Warriors?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I always
you had
wish the
something to say,
Warriors
right?
was true.
I did.
Yeah, I kind of wish that shit too.
My
Are
game
you
would be
coming off the
legit.
train and shit?
My game would be legit.
Shit, nigga.
like I said, I wouldn't necessarily have to show. I wouldn't necessarily have to show him how to make $1 million. But if I give him money to start his business and he flipped that 100K into $2 million, he could show me how he flipped it, and then just go.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I agree with that. I wouldn't really. I think I would just ask my friends what they wanted to do. Like, how can I help you invest in your future? How can I help you invest in whatever you want to invest in? And then after that, I'm giving you the bread.
Because if you hit me with this, I just want money, then
that's a dub. Because you're gonna spend that, and you're gonna want more.
Bless you.
You're gonna spend that, and you're gonna want more. You're gonna spend that, and you're gonna want more. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna keep feeding you money.
How many friends would you help? Because
you said help. How many friends would you help?
You help one friend, the next friend tells the other friend that you help them, and the friend comes.
No, fuck that. No, first of all, my friend, it don't work like that little bubble shit. What is that shit called? The chart where you have the little.
It's a flow chart.
No, whatever. It don't work like that.
Telephone.
My friends are my friends are the people that
you tell them
are close to me. Like y'all good.
Thanks.
I'm gonna help all of y'all out. You feel me?
You guys.
But and my family's good, and my close friends are good. My close friends being the people that I'm close with now.
It can't be an acquaintance that's good.
Hell no.
You know, honestly, I would have a trust fund and let the trust fund tell me what to do with the money. I mean, I feel like me being a finance manager, I would be able to.
What?
Oh, what? You said that shit mad fast.
Me being a finance manager, I'd be able to. I wouldn't need it.
Wait, what are you?
Like me,
finance major.
Like me being a finance major, I would know like where.
What is the secret?
This nigga said.
I'm about to say that bad fast.
Me being a
that nigga Kyrie too humble. He don't want to say it.
That's why I really say.
Me being a
So me going to college for finance, I think I learned pretty well.
Oh, now you're not a major.
You could be a financial advisor if you wanted to.
I could, but I just don't want to. I don't want to do commission. I really like doing all the analytics. Is that
you bugging? You could
I honestly, there's a different type of no, you really could. There's a different type of financial advising. There's sales financial advising, and then there's wealth management. Wealth management, it's really hard to get into because you need your CFAs and you need to have an internship that worked with big wealth management. I mean, it's hard. Like I've applied to like those companies.
They make money.
Yeah, they make a good 90 to 100K depending on the accounts you have and depending on the.
That's all they make? 90 to 100?
No, that's just like starting. Like,
so the question is, with your background, what would you do with a large sum of money?
What I would do is one of my dreams was to open my own. One of my dreams was to open my own financial firm to help athletes manage their money and stuff like that. So that was something that I would actually open my own financial firm. I would keep it in the community so that people can bring their money into the community and then help the community by branching out and helping people. Like,
what? That's dope.
By like trying to like open up restaurants and stuff like that.
See, we finally learned something about Kyrie on the show.
That was something like I was in college. Like I was saying I wanted.
Kyrie got a plan.
That's good. That's lit.
Yeah, but I never executed on that.
I mean, you always can. You got time.
I mean, it's not too late.
You're still young. You got mad years.
Why do we always bring up youth when it comes to certain things? I feel like
because people get discouraged. I think people get discouraged when they're older.
I feel like we gotta stop doing that though.
It's just natural.
We gotta break the cycle because like somebody older will tell you not to do something because they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody would tell you, "Oh, you got a lot of time, you can do it."
It's
there's a 92-year-old lady who got her master's. If somebody told her like, "Oh,
she about to," never mind.
Exactly. How do you think Sally Mae gonna feel? She's not getting shit.
She laughs. She might
ain't getting nothing. That's actually mad smart.
But my thing is she still accomplished something.
Yeah, of course.
Because she wanted to do that. I feel like the age is like a state of mind. You know what I'm saying?
You know who's good with that? Gary V. Y'all watch Gary V shit?
Yeah,
he's good with like making me feel like I'm not a complete loser at 26. You know who Gary V is?
No, I don't watch it. I just never had a chance to watch it.
Little white dude.
Motivational Kyrie, self-motivated, never seen nothing before.
That's good.
Only seen dude. Never been influenced.
No influence.
Nah, I told y'all earlier. Alright, let's ask
Kyrie Burke.
Honestly,
himself.
when I imagine my future, I imagine like all my niggas, like my close peoples.
What's that Tupac song? Oh, my niggas in heaven. No, that's not the song. But yeah, go ahead.
I imagine all my people's doing well. Like I imagine like a community of friends and family who who got something for themselves, who got something going.
Yeah, I feel like I can't be happy with my success as long as I could like. I'm not saying I gotta help everybody, but at least someone who's close to me help at least bring them up. If I could try and it don't work, at least I can say I tried.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can't reach everybody. But if I can get a few to like open up their eyes and really try to, invest. I'm not saying y'all gotta be millionaires, but at least be comfortable.
Do something, yeah.
Yeah, do something and be comfortable.
I would say my thing would be like, as the person that's financially stable, more than stable, it's like, I would fund the fun. It's like some people may not be business savvy or may not even be business savvy, may not have aspirations to run their own business. They may just be cool just being or doing whatever they doing and supporting their family. They just may need some fun for vacation. So I'll just fund
true because
I'll fund those expenses.
Yeah, because some people aren't those type of people. So you can help them in areas where, okay, I know you want to go on vacation. Like
that person go to college? Got you.
Yeah, like that person's the rock in the family. Oh, it's time for me to go to bed. That person's the rock in the family, and they are good at supporting whatever which way possible. They're just not entrepreneurs.
Well, my thing is, if I could show you how to get it for yourself, and be able to fund those trips yourself, and not have to rely on me, I'd rather do that.
Some people don't.
I understand what you're saying completely. Some people are comfortable in the skin they're in, and that's cool.
In the what?
In the skin they're in.
So if somebody tells you, if somebody denies your help to make them wealth, and they just want the money, you're gonna say no.
No.
And depending on what it is.
Yes, I'm gonna say no.
I might say yes the first time.
And the reason why I'm gonna say no is because I'm trying to put you in a position where you don't have to, worry about me either saying yes or no.
But here's the thing, though.
That takes time, though.
And
not everybody's gonna want that.
I think we underestimate. Not to be negative on it. I think we underestimate people.
But I agree with you. But
I like the idea, but I just don't think everybody has it in them to do that. Like Gus's point, like you don't have to give them money for their self to have in their pocket, but fun like things that they can't do, but they would like to do.
I'm gonna give you $100,000.
But just pay for like a small vacation or something like that. You don't even have to go hard. You can just get something that's economical and be like, all right, this is what you've been needing. This is something that I guess you can't say vacation. I think
even like on a smaller scale with like homeless people. Like you ever had a homeless person ask you for money to get something to eat, and when you offer to buy them something to eat, like to pick what they want, they refuse it and they just be like, nah, I just want the money. It's kind of similar to that.
Yeah, but I don't. But my thing is like.
You're not wrong.
I'm not saying that right or wrong type thing, but I'm just saying if I'm putting you in a position to at least explore the idea of doing it for yourself, because if I'm in a position where I am financially comfortable and you see that and you see me and you could come up to me and ask me for money, but you can't learn and I could show you like. Teach a man how to fish. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day.
Sorry.
That's the ADD kid.
My bad.
I could, teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Mm-hmm. That's the type of. I'm not trying to just keep feeding you money. I could fund your trips. I could do that. I could fund all the fun stuff. That's cool. But why do that when we could do that together?
It goes. Oh, you finished? Sorry.
If we could do that together, and then you have your own bread, I have my own bread. Maybe we come together on a project. Maybe we come together on certain things where we don't necessarily. You don't necessarily be the sole one digging in their pocket.
All right. Let me finish. Let me add on to that. Because I wanted to say, and it goes right back to age. Age. First thing I want to say.
No, that jump been off.
No, it's
No,
not.
it has been because I was trying to comment.
First thing I want to say is still on. First thing I want to say to that would be like, sometimes you gotta be mentally ready for certain things. So if somebody's not mentally ready to take on that, wow.
Just water right.
If if somebody's not mentally ready to take on like those type of responsibilities, they gonna like, nah, I'm cool. Like if somebody making money, like, yo, son, you need to go on these stocks. I know y'all got a friend or whoever saying, yo, these stocks is making me bread, and you want to do it, but as soon as you realize the certain process of it, or you realize that it's not gonna be fast money, or just things that could just discourage you from doing it, like because it's not immediate success, you'll be like, nah, I'm cool.
Not anymore.
Oh, I do it another day, or I'll do it next year when I'm.
Nah, I was like that, but my thing is now, it's like, why am I holding back when I can learn how to do it?
Yeah, that's you, but that's not everybody else.
No, hold on. I reply back by saying you had to get to that point.
Yeah, not
so
everybody's at that point.
It's something that you had to discover for yourself. Sometimes somebody can help you get there, like when they can help you realize, like, yo, why you in your own way? But sometimes you just gotta be like, yo, I'm in my own way. Why, yo, I gotta get up. I gotta get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, but my thing is, don't watch me. That is crazy, bro.
What?
Oh no, sorry, I was looking at my stocks.
We on a whole show right now.
Nah, I was dead looking at something.
So we on, and then you gonna pick up your phone.
No, make sure to. Yabba dabba.
Y'all ready to move on to the next topic?
Nah, he was finished what he had to say. You rude, Drew.
And I actually wanted to add to that.
I'm about to
we can stop it. It's Drew's world and we're living in it.
I'm about to quit the show.
Oh, somebody was commenting.
Yeah, I know.
On the live?
Right back. No, on YouTube.
Oh.
They just said a whole bunch of gibberish.
My thing is my thing is like I can't really, if it's a kid who looks at me and says, oh, I see you doing X, Y, and Z, and I could teach him from young how to develop into what I am, I want to do that.
But here's the sorry, I thought you were finished.
If as an adult, as somebody, as a grown man, I don't feel, or woman, I don't feel you should just want to come up to me and want me to hand you money. I figured that you would also see the lifestyle and want to partake in it. Not only for a moment, but live it. So if you telling me, you see me and say, nah, I'm cool, I'm comfortable where you at, that's fine. But every time I see you, you can't ask me for money. Cool. That's not going to happen.
Agreed.
So I want to say, if we're, because I'm about to be mad, what do you call that, technical? We were talking about if you won the lottery, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that's the lifestyle you got. You won that lifestyle. You didn't get that lifestyle.
But what you did say,
so you can't. Hold on. You can't teach somebody a lifestyle that you won. You can teach somebody a lifestyle that you earned.
And I heard that.
That's fine.
So you can't, like, I get your point. No, I get your point.
They gonna be like, nigga, you won the lottery.
Like, you give me some money. You can want to, like, I don't blame you. Like, you're not gonna want to give your money to everybody thing.
Goes off what you
but,
feel like.
You know, I just feel like to what Gus is saying, like, I agree with both of that point. I feel like if you know for a fact that person's like someone who's been working most of their life and they have kids and they just, you know, they're just a steady rock in the family who may work like, you know, a service job or just somewhere up there where they just don't want to change. And all they want really is just a car or a vacation.
Yeah.
More or less a vacation.
My mother wouldn't have to worry about that. My mother would be good. That's one of the people that come to me asking me for money if I hit the lotto or whatever.
I wasn't.
No, I'm sorry. I was just putting that out there.
See, we all do it.
I was just saying. I was gonna let you continue after I just said my mother. My mother would be one of the people that wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
That's why I was gonna stop and then.
Yeah, no, I get.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I get that. I mean, I don't know.
I would say just to wrap this whole thing up. Okay, I just remembered. So like followers and shit. Somebody ever asked you for a shout out?
No.
Somebody ever asked you for a shout out before?
Shout out what?
Like on Instagram. A shout out on Instagram.
I'm barely on Instagram.
It's a
What
shout
about
out
you?
what?
Somebody ever asked you for a shout out on Instagram because we have more followers than them or whatever like that?
Nah, nigga, nobody here got 15K
basically,
followers.
Nah,
You
this is
got like
before
60K?
that. But basically,
60?
even just that, right? You know, I grind on Instagram, do whatever I do to get my following.
Mm-hmm.
And I promote certain people when I feel like it. But then I get DMs of people saying, yo.
Nigga Shake said,
Never promoted me.
nigga, I never seen you promote nobody.
It's another conversation.
No, it's not.
But I said I promote people when I feel like it.
Let's talk
I
about it.
promote people when I feel like
You
it.
ain't never feel like it with me.
Ooh.
Oh
I have never promoted you before.
No.
Well,
we
I
have,
mean,
we have done videos together, but
That's
you have never solely promoted me of a video I've done
Yes,
myself.
I have.
When? What video?
What type of promotion are you talking about? Are you talking
About
about
a
me
video
posting
that
your video?
What other?
No,
other
I haven't done that. I don't do that to
What
nobody.
other promotion have you done?
Except
Tell me.
for,
So who
I
else did
that
you
with,
promote?
Like some chicks, things like that.
What was you trying to get
But
from that?
Why
What
chicks?
was you trying to get from that promotion?
Nothing.
Wait, they
I
were
was-
funny,
it was-
they were
it was
funny
a-
chicks?
No, it was like fitness. That was recently. Recently, I promoted some fitness things. And
Oh yeah, you promoted
Where did you promote me? When did you promote me? What did
oh,
you
that
promote?
I haven't promoted you in I haven't promoted you in a minute.
You said you promoted me. What did you promote?
I promoted.
He just said he never
either I
did.
promoted your story. I promoted.
he said
These
you
videos
just
that we
said you
done?
never promoted him.
Huh?
You just said you
You
never
never
promoted him.
promoted
I haven't promoted him recently. Like this year, I haven't promoted
What
unless
you
it was like.
I mean, you kind of did just say.
You
kinda
just said when he asked like me, almost like single, like his own video promoting it.
You've never done it.
He said you never done it, and you just agreed before.
Oh yeah, I never promoted him like you as a single.
Well, that's that. Next topic.
No, let me finish what I have to say.
Glad we're moving
Let me
on.
finish what I have to say.
Okay, go ahead.
But
Friends.
have you ever promoted me?
Yes.
Oh my.
Let's talk about when.
This is
That sound like-
obviously the Gus and Shake
Yeah,
show
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I sound like.
So hypothetically,
When have
right?
you
If you're
promoted-
60 years old,
when
Oh, I'm so I've been waiting to get to this damn topic.
I've showed people your videos in person. Showed people your videos.
No, we talking
No,
about
have you
nah.
promoted it? We
That's
talking
not
about
showing.
showing.
There's no proof for that.
we ain't talking about
There's no
showing.
proof. What
for that.
proof for
We
that?
talking
No
about
proof for that.
promotion
We
on
talking
pages.
about-
How many
your
people? How many
page.
people that follow me follow you? That was following me prior to you.
That's because we work together.
No, that's
That
not
was
only
a whole
because of
bunch
that.
of
That's
stuff.
not
That's because we
only
work. My bad.
facts. Niggas is raining in there.
That's because we work together.
That's what
Now you talk about if yes, you can. I can attest to me promoting you verbally. Yes, I've done that. Of course.
Alright, so have you ever promoted Gus on your page by himself?
No,
In the story.
never.
In the story.
Huh?
Never on my page.
Oh,
but
in the story.
Was you in that video?
No.
Shit. Shake has never promoted me. I have
So
never
y'all never.
seen.
So time
he
out.
has
Y'all
not- I
never promoted each other.
That's basically what they're getting at.
Y'all never promoted
And
each
he's
other.
never
So
done. He's
why
never,
is that?
and he's never done the voiceover video with me.
Nigga, I promoted both of
No,
y'all.
you never.
You've never done the voiceover video with me.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I'm supposed to say, yo, Shake, let's do a voiceover.
Kyrie, you
together?
ever promoted
That's
this?
what I'm supposed to be doing.
Wow.
The dude that you did a
You ever
voiceover
promoted
video
me?
with. Matter of fact, I promoted your bum ass video on Facebook.
What video?
Every time you tag me in the music videos, all that stuff, I used to put it out
Actually, I
there.
did promote.
I
I
don't
did
remember
promote.
that.
Shit.
Oh, you don't remember that? I used to put it out
You
there.
talking about Instagram?
Alright, can we?
I'm not even
And
talking about
I shared your shit too.
When?
Order in the court.
If we talk about
Order
Facebook,
in
we
the
can
court.
show, we can see that.
Yo, this is not the Shake and Gus show.
Yes, it
this
is
is your
right
mans
now.
and them live.
My
Austin,
bad.
shut
Sorry.
Y'all over here talking about
Yeah,
who
we
promoted
bickering.
who. Y'all both
I'm
don't
sorry
promote
about
each
it.
other.
My bad.
That's it.
My bad.
Both y'all
Austin.
niggas don't promote
Miss
each
Austin,
other.
shut up.
Anyway, go ahead to your hypothetical. Let's switch gears real quick.
So,
You can't drive.
Cause I got 20 minutes.
so speaking of if we had money, let's say if you were older, you were a 60-year-old male, and God forbid, let's say if you're single, you know, something happened with your wife or whatever.
Like your wife dies.
Yeah, basically. God forbid she dies. Now you're single.
Psychopath.
Would you go in a relationship, or would you spend money on prostitutes?
That's such a weird question.
What about
Somebody asked me that.
What do
If
they
I
say?
am a
What-
6-year-old male,
Talk about what do they say at the altar?
Till
death do us part.
Well,
That don't mean you gotta go get prostitutes.
That don't mean I stay single either.
But you could go.
I mean, technically, you're still single.
You're
anyway.
still single with prostitutes. You don't pay
Wait,
for a
wait, wait,
relationship.
so-
you pay
so-
for sex.
So you would not do it, would you?
I wouldn't pay for prostitutes. I'll go try and find someone who's my age who's with it, or maybe it's a 21-year-old.
I ain't trying to go with
That's
no.
prostitute.
That's you. Yeah, you basically gonna be somebody's sugar
you gonna be
daddy.
a sugar daddy?
That's not
You
prostitution,
gotta be
though.
sugar daddy 18
Yes, it
plus.
is.
No, it's
Whatever
not.
you want, baby.
Yes, it is.
That is not prostitution.
Yes, it is. It's a phone prostitute.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
would you
No,
get
it's
an
not.
escort or a prostitute?
I wouldn't get neither. I would get
So you telling me
a pretty young thing.
but your chances of getting a pretty young thing are less than getting an escort.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You stay in shape. You look good. You have some money. You'll be fine.
You really think a young
Absolutely.
woman is gonna be? You think
Absolutely.
you want me to finish? You think you have a higher chance?
Absolutely.
So
I wouldn't get a prostitute.
No, let him finish.
No. You think? Now you really think that you would get a higher chance of getting a younger girl at your age, an older male?
60.
No, we're gonna say 65 because that's the age of retirement.
70.
Nah, you keep pushing. 65, age of retirement.
You will fuck.
You think
I could get. Oh, go ahead.
I'm talking about what you can do. Oh no, I am talking about what you can do.
What?
What can you do?
At 65.
Be honest.
I'm being completely honest. At 65,
do not be
if
arrogant.
I look how I think I'm gonna look at 65, you know, I'm gonna be a little saggy or whatever.
A little saggy. You gonna be a lot to saggy.
No, I'm not gonna be that saggy.
It's a fraud.
Who's 65 right now? Look at Sylvester Stallone.
None of us are 65.
I'm just saying.
He looks old.
But he's still built.
He looks, bro. I'm
Alright,
pretty
you
sure.
gotta say something like black, cause you know.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel's not
Denzel's
65.
not 65. He's probably like 55.
I said
he's in the
Sylvester
60s.
Stallone because that's the oldest person I know that still, you know, looks decent.
It's the dude at my gym. He's 7 years old.
We
and
don't know
he be,
who he is.
Who, the bald guy?
Nah, he's 75, 76. He be stretching. Like, he be, like, splitting. Like, he having
Nah,
split.
there was this dude I met in the gym. He was 60 years old. He was in great shape.
Alright, but what I'm saying.
But my question is not about what you can do. I'm
Okay.
saying you have a higher chance of getting a younger girl or an S curve.
Yo, I'm pretty sure there's
S
a.
girl.
I'm pretty sure there's an app. There is an app. There's a sugar daddy app.
Called Tag.
Oh, you're right. He is 64.
Who?
Denzel. 64,
Denzel?
yeah.
Shit, I'm Denzel. Hell
Nah,
yeah.
you're not Denzel, bro.
I'm
You
just
ever
saying,
seen
you
Denzel Pinky? That's like a cock to the left.
What?
That shit. You never see one of his fingers is broken. Y'all ain't know that?
No.
Nah.
Nah.
Alright.
Well, pinky aside, I'm still.
Ah!
Alright, that might mess it up. What if you gonna shake her head? You should just hang.
I'm not gonna hire prostitutes
Well, what are you against? Why are you against hiring prostitutes?
because I don't want to live the rest of my life with prostitutes.
But you
You're
just
not married.
I'm
a
not
prostitute.
asking you. I'm saying, what are you against? Like, why do you think
You
it's
won't buy
something you
poo-poo?
wouldn't do?
You ain't gonna buy no pum pum?
Well, what do you?
Me no want no more.
Because I feel like if I was that age,
Me
I
with
would
a
do
buy
it.
You
some
wouldn't
wine.
try. You wouldn't try. To
I
get
mean, I
something
would
done?
try, but I'm like, I think at that point, I don't want to be with anybody.
You just want sex.
Yeah, that's basically what it's gonna be.
So you would buy?
I would, yeah. I'm honest.
I wouldn't buy. I try my best to see
That would be my last
if I
resort.
could get something.
That would be my last
That's
resort.
probably the last resort.
You don't even need to buy. You
Nah,
probably go find someone that'll.
You
I would
want
say-
to be a sugar daddy.
I would say I would try. No, I would try.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed to being like, fuck it, like, give me an escort. Like,
Sugar daddy is not prostitution though.
It's a form of prostitution.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
When you're a prostitute,
If
you're
she-
paying
if
for
she-
sex.
if she's-
Period.
If she,
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you're
But
when you're
in
a
a
sugar
sense,
when
you-
you're a sugar daddy, you're like the person is with you. They're your girlfriend, but they're there pretty much for the
you
money.
really think those girls? You're still giving them?
No, they're your
overpayment.
girlfriend. You go on dates. You got to sleep in the same
But does
bed.
the girlfriend pay for anything?
No, because you buy her food, you may take her shopping,
And
but you're not giving her money
Is she
for
gonna
sex.
Is she gonna give you sex if you don't pay for anything?
It's
Maybe.
the Drew and Kyrie
fuck
show.
out
Depends
of
on,
here.
depends
You're
on
fucking
how.
lying.
Depends
acting
on
like
how good it
prostitutes
is.
don't eat. The fuck you talking
Yeah, some McDonald's and they be alright.
Trump did it.
Prostitute.
Come on, you really? He thinks that that's not a form of prostitution.
It is.
I believe that is.
I
a
think
form
it
of
is.
Sugar
prostitution.
daddy is not a form of
They have
prostitution.
an ATM card.
Let's take it a step further. Is it prostitution when you gotta pay to go on a date with a chick?
No.
What?
Like if say for
How is that a step further?
nah, I'm mistaken.
Yeah, that's
to
a step back, bro. What are you
step-
talking about? Yeah, facts.
It is. I think about it as a step further because it's not really direct as that. Like hey, give me the money. So you sometimes
You know what's taking a step further? You're not wearing any sneakers. But anyway.
nah, but like basically like the exchange. You know
Thank you
how
for the laugh.
you know how so you hear chicks. Yeah, I got women friends. They be like, shit, he ain't gonna waste my time. You better
I
pay
see
for
that
it.
shit all on
You know
It's
what
not
I'm saying?
prostitution because you're not paying for sex.
Wait,
Alright, so boom, let me put this out there. Let me put this out there. So if I go on a date with a girl, I pay for the food, I pay for everything that night. We have sex that night. She's a prostitute?
No.
but
Why
if you-
not?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, technically, if we're gonna use our definition.
Exactly. From the definitions y'all giving me, if I go out with a girl
But
and we
here's-
go on a
here's my
date, I
thing.
pay for
But here's-
everything.
but
We
here's
have
my
sex
thing.
that night. That's
She's-
prostitution.
She's generally interested. She could be generally interested.
Nah.
in that
How do I
lady.
know that?
Okay,
I'm saying as a sugar daddy that you claim to be, usually The girl that you are with is in it for the money. They're not in it to be with you. They're in it for the money.
They're not in it for the money. They're in it for the lifestyle. It's different.
It's the same.
It's different.
You giving the chick a lifestyle?
You're giving her a lifestyle.
As a sugar daddy,
Hold on.
as a sugar daddy, you don't have to give a chick a lifestyle.
No, Gus.
You're giving.
What you mean?
You can't fund a lifestyle without money.
Okay,
but
So that money is a big asset.
Yo, prostitution is you paying for sex, strictly sex. That's it.
Let's look that up.
Oh my god.
Look it up.
Because sex or sexual acts. That's it.
Analytics can.
If you're a sugar daddy, she's with you for the wealthy lifestyle.
What is a sugar daddy?
A sugar daddy is someone who funds the person that they're with, and they're usually someone is a large gap between ages. It's usually someone who's
Merriam-Webster says
Merriam-Webster?
Merriam-Webster says prostitute is to offer indiscriminately for sexual intercourse, especially for money, to devote to corrupt or unworthy purposes.
Look up a sugar daddy.
Okay.
I had Google define sugar daddy.
Now go to Urban Dictionary.
Oh, they have it. A well-to-do, usually older man who supports or spends lavishly on a mistress, girlfriend, or boyfriend. A generous benefactor of cause or undertaking.
Lifestyle. That is a lifestyle.
But you can't.
That's not prostitution.
You cannot fund a lifestyle without money. You cannot live a lifestyle without money.
But it's not prostitution.
So you trying to say Drew gonna be broke?
I'm not saying you're gonna be broke, but what I'm saying is though, the whole purpose of the
When somebody say I'm not saying that, that means they're saying that.
Go ahead, Shake. I've been talking to you.
It's not prostitution. And y'all both are wrong.
I didn't say it was prostitution. I said it was a form of prostitution.
It's not a form. It's not a form.
Yo, some young girl, you 65, whatever. Some young girl's willing to do whatever with you for payment to upkeep that lifestyle. If she knows if she doesn't do something, she's not gonna upkeep that lifestyle.
According to you, right?
Don't point at me.
This is you guys are basically saying that if you're someone's sugar daddy, that the girl has to be having sex with you. That's not the definition.
So
you could be some.
What
you could be someone's.
What do they want? What is old?
The girl's company.
But why did you bring it up in the first place?
Because
for sex.
You could be right.
No,
you brought it up for sex.
No, I didn't bring it up for sex.
You brought it up for company.
Sex.
Yeah, it could be either or. It could be company, but I'm saying
you can't fuck company.
Nah, it was about sex because he talking about prostitution.
It was about sex,
yes.
but
so it's in the same lane.
No,
though.
Because you can be a sugar daddy without sex.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about sex.
Your thing is null and void.
No, my thing's not null and void. You're just trying to escape the topic.
I'm not escaping it. If you can be a sugar daddy without having sex with the girl, then that you can't. It doesn't make it a form of prostitution.
Either or falls in the same. No. One doesn't fall in, but the other one falls in line with prostitution.
It can't be a form of prostitution.
Just admit you're wrong, bro. It's okay.
Right, I can say this. I can say this.
I wish we had.
I can say this. I
just want you to pick a side. Don't do your diplomatic shit and be like, well.
The topic was basically talking about.
Don't tell me what the topic was talking about.
The topic was basically talking about if you was old and your wife passed away.
We know this.
Are you gonna get the poom poom by buying it, or you gonna try to just hunt? And he said basically getting the poom poom just by buying it is easier.
I said I would try, and then I would.
No. The original thing.
At 60, I mean, I'm not
65.
At 65, I'm probably not even like all that wrapped up on the pussy. I would like a woman's company.
You are lying.
I'm just saying.
You are lying.
65.
You're just saying a lie. Like you're lying, bro.
65. I'm not really.
Bro,
if everything is working correctly, because as we get older,
as you claim you want to be in your best shape.
Yeah, so you telling me you going to the gym with all that testosterone? You telling me you gonna be watering your gardens? Fuck out of here.
You have a garden. You have a garden.
I worked in the garden department at Home Depot for 3 years.
Yeah.
Which one you worked in the one in America?
You ain't dig up no soil yet.
You ain't dig up no soil.
Whoa.
He said the D word.
You are now watching your mans in them live.
Nah, but
I'm your man's Bello.
You don't even started.
I'm your man's Austin Felix.
Yeah, you had to do his voice,
yeah,
right?
You
sitting in shit.
Damn. I really can't believe he thinks that's not a form of prostitution.
I said what I said.
You just don't want to be wrong. It's alright.
Because you're a sugar daddy. You say you want to be a sugar daddy. And to me...
If my life goes right, I don't have to be a sugar daddy.
You ever think about
we're not talking about
going to be like 65
Nah.
Like, I ever really think about that?
Like how I'm gonna be when
And
I'm
we supposed to
65?
be really thinking about how, like, are we supposed to be setting ourselves up for that financially? Like that don't stress y'all out? That don't stress.
Why would you let something like that stress you out? You should be living in the present moment. No, the answer to your question.
Sorry. So you
Nah,
not prepared for the future?
Yeah, if I keep going the way I'm going, I will be successful.
Yep.
I stressed out about this shit like that.
Thank you. Dang, I know you gave me the yawn here.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. No, I always think about my future. Like I plan shit out. Honestly, to the point where it can be excessive. Like I plan out how I think I'm gonna spend my money in the next like 2 to 3 years. How much money I want to have in my account in the next 2
2 to 3 years, but 65.
Or like I think about that shit. Like how much money I'm gonna have if I retire. Like what am I gonna do? Like where am I gonna? What my lifestyle is gonna be like? Like I think about that shit a lot because I'm like I don't ever want that shit to creep up behind me and I'm like. Oh fuck! Like,
I be looking at everybody. I look at our elders, and I think like, yo, shit. Like they probably would think about when they was 20 all the time and how they used to look and stuff like that. Shit, we doing it right now. Like not really, because we don't care. But when we get to 35 and 40, we gonna start looking at our old pictures and stuff like that and be like, damn, shit, we 40. So it's like
handsome.
So.
Yeah, sometimes I do think about that. I try not to though, because it messes me up.
Yeah,
definitely messes me up.
I don't want to stress out about stuff I can't handle.
So when you think about the future, you try to like rush the process of getting to like a certain point.
You get stressed out about that?
I try not to let it affect me. I try to stay as present as I can.
Because to me, what I want to do is I want to, like he said, live in the present moment and plan. I got a plan for whatever I do now is going to affect my future. Point blank period. So if I'm working hard to have a better future,
you can put my phone down
for my kids or whatever the case may be.
What you doing?
That's my plan. But like if all I'm thinking about is retirement, 65, I may fuck around, do something good today, and retire in 10 years.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say if you want to buy a house, right? And you want to say, okay, you're trying to figure out the type of house you want. Mm-hmm. You want to say, I want to get a starter house. Or I want to get a house that I'm gonna live in for a while. You don't think ahead like, okay, if I'm starting a family, how much child care is gonna cost? You don't think about like, how much my mortgage will be, or if I'm gonna be working at the same job I'm gonna be working at, or you don't plan out like how much you're gonna spend financially on a house, or what could go wrong.
Right now,
you think about that, but that's different.
Yeah, you thinking about that is different. Because I want a house. Of course, I want a house. But when I get to that point, I want a house. That's when those things are.
So those
I'm not thinking about it right now. Because even though I do want a house, all I know right now is I want a crib.
So let's say if hypothetical, if somebody came and said to you, in a situation of a house, like, oh, if you wanted a house, what type of house would you get, and like, what is your plan? Would you like go in depth with that, or just be like, oh, I just want this? And
my thing is,
you can have goals.
Yeah.
You can have goals. You can say, I want a house in 3. Like, I want my first house by the time I'm 30. That's my goal, and I have goals in between that, right? And I'm talking about in New York. I have goals in between that, and by 30, I want, God willing, to have my first house. I don't stress out about it. That's just my goal. I set it, and I work towards it, but I'm not gonna stress out about the future. Like,
nah, see, but that's like a goal like that. I'm gonna speak for myself, right? You say that, right? And then, things don't go as planned.
Yes.
So you start to panic.
Yes.
Nah. Never panic.
And that's the problem though, because when you sitting there panicking like, oh, I'm about to touch 30, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Yo, once you do things like that, you shorten your life. Like life.
Is that time worrying.
And you shorten
that is factual.
Yeah, because
you spend time worrying about
you
shit.
Worrying more
and you're wasting the time you have now.
Well, you could be working on. I didn't get at 30. But it's like, I'm doing things on that path. I'm still in the right lane.
I don't think he means it that way. I think he means it like, let's say if you get to that point.
What did you ask him?
No, I'm talking about him.
Did you ask him?
I didn't have to ask him, but I'm just telling. I'm saying I don't think. I didn't say he said that's what he thinks. I said I don't think
that's not what you think he means. That's what I'm saying. Did you ask him?
Yo, let him finish.
Go ahead.
I don't. Okay. I don't think he means it that way. I think he means like, let's say you approach the situation and shit just goes way left than what you thought it was gonna be. What do you do in that situation then?
You're talking about like for example, a midlife crisis.
Nah, I mean.
Let me explain it. Okay, say for instance you have a goal, right? And it depends on how serious you take this goal. A lot of times people make goals, but they're not really committed to it. They say, I would love this to happen, but if it doesn't, I'm okay. Some people say, this is going to happen. And if you say with that certainty, and you get close to that goal, and you're not like,
Certainty.
That's what I said, certainty.
Certainty.
Alright. Look who's talking. But you get to that certain, you get into that certainty, like you say that shit with certainty, and then you get close to the goal, and it's like, damn. Like me, like for instance, me saying, yo, I'm about to start, I'm like, next month, my aerobics class is gonna be banging. Everybody gonna be in the class. And I'm saying that with confidence. And then I'm in the month, halfway through the month, nobody's in my class. I can act like that shit don't bother me. Subconsciously, I'm going crazy. And I could be in a terrible mood because I'm not acknowledging, like what I said.
Right, but you're currently at that point in your time, you're saying the class is here and there's nobody in the class, right?
What?
You're saying you plan to have a lit aerobics class.
I plan to have a packed aerobics class.
All right, you
next
plan
month.
to have a packed aerobics class.
That's my goal.
And when you get to that point, the aerobics class is not lit?
Yeah.
Or you're saying when it gets close to that point, the aerobics class is not lit?
When I get to that point, or basically, yes. When I get to that point,
that's when you can let everything hit you. But when you plan the shit, why would you stress about it before the time even got there?
No, when you planning it, you're not stressing.
But you just said that.
When you get closer to the end goal, when you get closer to the end point, you start stressing if things aren't adding up. If like things aren't like basically your expectations aren't being met. If buying a house, if you say I want to have 100K or 80K or even 50K before I even think about buying a house, and you want to get it by 30, but you 29, you still don't have that 50K. You 28 and still don't have that 50K.
Right. You're 28.
You start and it's like you saying.
I get what you mean.
You start counting down. You like, okay, well I got 3 years. I got 3 years left to get my shit together. I got 2 years left to get my shit together.
That's what I meant when I'm saying like you can't do that to yourself. Cause now you put yourself in a predicament like, oh, I'm not here yet. Oh, I failed. Or I did this. Nah. If you are on the right path, like you said with the aerobics class, if you did the promotion and you did everything you're supposed to do on your end, the people gotta show up. If the people didn't show up, you know that you worked hard and bust your ass to get them there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm focused on. Yeah. If I'm focused on achieving the goal, not just the end goal. Cause I know what the end goal is. I know what I want. But if I know I bust my ass to get to a certain point and it didn't work out, go back to the drawing board. All right, we got to figure out how to do this another way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't sit there and stress the fact that by 30 I didn't get my crib. Did I plan everything to put myself in position to get a crib? Yes. Did it work out the way I wanted to? No. Can I go back to the drawing board and fix it and probably get that crib? What if I get that crib a year from 30? I'm 31. Did I fail?
Nah.
So
it's basic expectation management, but
No, I was gonna say I think what you're saying is like, let's say you didn't attempt to make that attempt, like you,
and that's your fault.
Yeah, no, that is your fault. But like now at that point,
was that what you were saying?
Like you set a goal, but you haven't even tried to meet that goal, and you keep pushing it. You keep pushing it back and saying, okay, I could do it this time. I could do it this time.
What if you just set your goal? You set your goal too high, and then you didn't meet it.
Unrealistic expectations.
But do you even have a plan B in case of your plan A doesn't work?
Sometimes, exactly.
Because that's the type of person I am. I have plan B, plan C.
But even
so that like if plan A doesn't work, I go to plan B.
And some people are just plan A.
Yeah,
like that's what
I can't do that.
This
I
is
would
what
go
I want.
crazy.
This is what I want. This is
and
how
that's
I
when the
see
stress is higher. But even if you have a plan A, B, or C, it's like how bad did you want that plan A to happen?
If you plan on,
I used to be like that, but I stopped doing.
Yeah, because if you plan on failing, you're most likely gonna fail.
No,
and that's what people would say. You got plan A, plan B's, and C's.
I don't agree with that because then I try to be more realistic. Like I'm like, okay, if I fail, I'm gonna move on. This is how I'm approach the failure. I don't want to go in my situation like, oh, successful, and then I fail, because then now I have to figure out, okay, how did this failure happen? Did I ever think about me getting to this point? I never put my mind to say this could go wrong. Not trying to be negative, but actually looking at the situation like, this is what could happen. If this happens, I can sit there and take the precautionary steps further to make sure I try to alleviate it. Even if I make an attempt and it doesn't work, I still try to alleviate the failure
Yeah,
beforehand.
and that's what I'm saying. Like we can't keep focusing on the end.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is, you want to pack the aerobics class,
Mm.
but say you have 12 people in your class, 3 more people showed up. Now you have 15. Did you fail?
No.
Did you hit your goal?
But you didn't get what you want.
Did you hit your goal?
But you didn't get what you want.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did you hit your goal?
Maybe a minimum goal.
Alright, but you added people to your class. Now you know what's gonna happen. Those 3 people, depending on their experience, we don't know what they're gonna feel. Yo, this class is mad good. Alright, yo, I gotta tell people about this. Boom, they tell 2 more people. 2 more people show up. Now after a while, people keep showing up. Your class is packed. You can't even get no more people in there.
So
you didn't. Over time, you achieved your goal. It didn't happen when you wanted it, but over time you got it.
And that's the thing. The thing of it's like, if you don't accept that things may not happen when you wanted to, you're gonna be stressed out. But I'm just speaking of just you can stress out of like you know how you want things to be. You have expectations and whatever like that. But it's also you understand it may not go as planned, and because of that can stress you out if you dwell into it.
Because you're trying to figure out how you can fix it if it goes that way.
Exactly.
It might not even go that failure may not even be the failure you get. You may be a whole different failure, but that stress is because you're stressed out because you're trying to figure out how to combat the failure. I think it's hard. Look, I try to make sure I don't think about failure, but one of the things that keeps in mind because I'm someone who doesn't like to fail. I always try to come back. I always try to have plan A, plan B, plan C. Because in my mind, I'm like, all right, if plan A doesn't work, plan B doesn't work, plan C, and I'll just keep figuring out different plans to fix that failure. And if it's something I have to scrap, I'll scrap it all together and just look at where I need to change.
It all depends on the type of person you are.
Yeah,
it really does. Like if I describe my personality, I do my best when I'm in the trenches. Like I'm do my best when like I'm really low. And it sucks because when you're in a good space or you're comfortable, that's when things slow down. So my obstacle would be how to figure out different ways to keep pushing myself. So I gotta develop just more things to look forward to.
So when you're at your lowest, that's what motivates you.
Yeah.
So you're your own hater, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But at the very end of the day, all I'm really like, what I'm trying to say is like, we're gonna have all these expectations. We're gonna have all these goals. We're gonna want to get somewhere to a certain point at a certain time, but we gotta live with the fact that sometimes those things don't happen. Mm-hmm. But if something better happens or something close to your goal happens, you can't consider that a failure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You may not get that crib you wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Can't look at it half empty.
Yeah, but you woke the fuck up this morning. You're breathing. Somebody didn't make it to see the next day. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at stuff. Because I'm so thankful to be alive because of what I've seen. I've seen people not wake up the next day.
I can say, let me say this off of what you're saying. I'm a positive person, and I can tell you, even with me knowing this stuff, shit, nigga, shit. I can say, listen, like, I know I have my family. Like, I know my family has good health, but damn,
I understand,
what I want, I don't have.
I understand that, but if you're not even like, I know you know that you have your family, but you gotta really think like. There's people out there that don't got that. Yeah. There's people out, like, you gotta really count your life as a blessing. Like, yo, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I say that because I know what it's like not to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, I know what it's like to not have a full meal. Not to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done been through the dirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from being picked on, from what I wore, from all types of shit. And then to rise up from that and have the same people that used to do that shit respect me. Have the same people who, you know what I'm saying, didn't think I would get to the point that I'm at, be like, damn, you know what I'm saying, I gotta support this shit, I gotta watch this shit. I don't have the followers I want on Instagram. I don't have the views that I want. But the views that I get, I accept that shit and I respect it so much because it could have been on zero. I respect what I got in my pocket because I could not have a job right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? I'm eventually going to get that. But when I get that, I done spoke a lot of stuff in my life into existence. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a part of a podcast. I wanted a camera. I got that shit. I wanted a Mac. I got that shit. It need to be fixed. I'm gonna fix it. I wanted a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I bust my ass to get it. So either way, I'm gonna bust my ass to get it.
So my thing is like when you we about to wrap it up, but you, for the most part, you keep yourself motivated. So when you do have those downtimes, you know how to pick yourself back up.
Yeah.
But you do have those downtimes.
I do have. Hell yeah! I wouldn't be human if I didn't have those downtimes. Because when I was down, I was about 40, 50 pounds heavier. You know what I'm saying? I was down. You know what I'm saying? But I picked myself up out of that. You know, work to get where I am now. So for me to even think about, I won't go back to that. Am I saying I will never have a down moment again? Hell no. I'm gonna have my down moments, but I won't go back to the point where
you reach your lowest.
So you're okay in crisis?
Hell, bro, I was drinking. I was, you know what I'm saying, I was out of shape. I wasn't caring about how I looked. I wasn't caring about, you know what I'm saying, how I carried myself. And then I knew, besides the whole Instagram shit, I knew that had to change. I could die from that. I wasn't worried about followers and I wasn't worried about likes. Now I'm getting back into the motion of doing that. You know what I'm saying? I feel comfortable taking a picture. I feel comfortable wearing jeans. You know what I'm saying? I was somebody that was wearing sweatpants every day. Because I was.
Wait, what did he say?
What?
You never seen? Never mind.
He said shake at the
All
cake.
right, so yeah, I said
shake with the cakes.
So I think it's time to
we're gonna wrap it up on that note.
Thank you guys for joining the show.
I think we have
Thank you guys for watching the show.
Conversation.
That was a lovely conversation. I love sharing with you guys. Except for the 100 mil.
Lovely conversation. I love sharing with you guys. Except for the 100 mil.
Yeah, say that again.
Repeat that.
Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for coming. You just finished watching your man's in them live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello. Follow me on the gram. BLO 5_.
I'm your man's Kyrie.
I'm your man's You Know Shakespeare.
You know.
Follow me at the letter U, KNOW Shakespeare.
Gus the Third.
You know.
KNOW Shakespeare. Follow me everywhere. You probably find me everywhere. I'm gonna whoop your ass.
So you gonna promote me? No.
Are we on TV?
Are we on the air?
Yeah.